Hello, and welcome to the Montana Fire Update for Thursday, September 7th. My name is Chris Barth, Public Information Officer and Fire Mitigation Specialist for BLM Montana-Dakotas. The number of acres affected by fire in Montana this season has now topped the million mark. That compares to just over 100,000 acres burned across Montana in all of 2016. The latest data on the drought was released earlier today. Nearly 26% of Montana is in exceptional drought. 2/3 is seeing at least severe drought conditions. The National Weather Service is predicting the chance of some precipitation for western Montana over the course of the coming week, but it is far from enough to put out the fires or eliminate the drought conditions. An air quality alert remains in effect for much of western Montana, with monitoring stations reporting hazardous, very unhealthy, and unhealthy conditions for much of that part of the Treasure State. Many people ask what they can do to protect themselves from the impacts of wildfire smoke.
First of all, if you don't have to go outside, don't go outside when the air is unhealthy. Check the air quality reports at todaysair.mt.gov and follow the recommendations with the different health categories. If you're going to be outside, using bandanas and surgical masks won't help you. The particles are too small. They'll get through the filtration. Use common sense, use your senses if you have scratchy eyes, scratchy throat, things like that. The air is impacting your health, so you probably need to go indoors, preferably in an air-conditioned home. Close the windows. Don't add pollution to the air inside the home by smoking, using candles and things like that. Heavy levels of smoke in the air can cause significant health impacts, especially to people with pre-existing conditions such as heart disease, respiratory disease, pregnant women, children, elderly, so they need to especially pay attention to those air quality reports.
Looking at the fire situation by the numbers in the Northern Rockies today, we have 56 active large wildfires for more than 730,000 acres and 4,700 total personnel assigned to fires in the Northern Rockies. Taking a look at some of the active fires in Montana. The Rice Ridge Fire near Seeley Lake is just over 120,000 acres, it's 5% contained, and 1,084 structures are threatened. Some Seeley Lake residents have been able to return to their homes. One area of concern for the increased fire activity today will be on the northwest corner of the fire, where spotting across the line has been a problem. There's a community meeting tonight in Seeley Lake and another on Friday night in Ovando. On the Alice Creek Fire, 16 miles northeast of Lincoln, that fire is 22,000 acres, 0% contained, with more than 250 personnel assigned. There are mandatory evacuation and pre-evacuation notices in effect. Winds are expected to shift today and come out of the northeast. This could threaten structures in the Alice Creek drainage, which is where firefighters will focus their efforts today. The Myers Fire is just under 58,000 acres and 0% contained. High pressure has moved into the area and will hold smoke over the fire, limiting fire suppression efforts. The Lolo Peak Fire is just over 48,000 acres and 35% contained, with 415 personnel. No evacuation orders are currently in place. Conditions should allow for burnout operations south of Bass Creek, which are intended to create a buffer from high-intensity fire impacting residents and other high-value resources. And the Highway 200 complex along the road corridor near Plains and Thompson Falls is reported at just over 17,000 acres and 0% contained. There are just over 350 firefighters assigned to the complex, which is comprised of 6 separate fires, all in the same general area. 510 structures threatened on Sheep Gap Fire. There is a community meeting tonight for 7 p.m. at the Plains High School. For updated information on those fires and all other fires in the area, go to INCIWeb, inciweb.nwcg.gov. Remember to avoid parking in dry grass to not start any additional wildland fires, and for complete fire restrictions information, visit firerestrictions.us to learn what activities may be limited in the areas that you live or plan to recreate. Thank you.